Ladies and gentlemen, Ross Tweddle. If you Google Translate Ray from English to Spanish, put little Ross on the end and you get the name they tried to banish.
WTF! WTF!
Hello, how are you? Come on in, take a seat, take your shoes and socks off and dip your little toe in a nice pot of jam because it's that bastard time of the week once again where I take a look at all of the WTF moments from this week's WWE Raw. So Monday Night Raw starts. Maggle Cole kicks off the night by saying, "Welcome everyone to Monday Night Raw," and then John Cena's music hits. Yes, this week's episode of WWE Raw was some sort of blanket we had from our childhood. So familiar, so safe, so reassuring, so much new era, same old. Tonight I'm out here to face the truth. John Cena says, "What do you mean? You've already faced the truth. Go back to 2011 and the main event of Capital Punishment, the worst main event in the history of main events, maybe. It might not have been the worst main event, but it involved our truth in a main event, therefore it has to be the worst main event in the history of main events." Maggle, 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 maggle. And this week, kicking things off with Maggle Cole, we have the moment where he claimed Braun Strowman delivering a power slam to John Cena last week was Braun Strowman punching his ticket to WrestleMania. Steady on, Maggle, do not get Tom Phillips levels of excited just yet. All that match last week meant Maggle was the person who won, entered the Elimination Chamber last. No WrestleMania implications. Let's not run before we can walk, or say well-constructed factual sentences before we can shout buzzwords like we have Tourette's. The big dog! It's boss time! Well, clearly not, since you're in the arena where Raw is and the arena where Elias presumably aimed for the last time he went for a walk. Unless, of course, you mean you got lost in those beautiful hazel eyes. WrestleMania can bring back a legend from the dead. Ooh, John, you filthy slut. What are you talking about there? But I do hope he isn't talking about what we all think he is talking about, because last year, The Undertaker's retirement was pitch perfect and a return would ruin everything. And then we have Mammoth Jewel Jonty claim that if he doesn't win at Elimination Chamber, then for the first time in 15 years, he won't have a road to WrestleMania trademark. First of all, you weren't on WrestleMania 19, Bonnie lad. And second of all, you're John Cena. You make your own matches. You pull down Roman Reigns' commander pants and laugh at his moderately sized canine. You do what you want. Win, lose or draw. See you at WrestleMania. Get it? So The Miz claims that 2018 is the year of The Miz, even though it isn't. Now, I'm a highbrow sort of guy. Reading the Telegraph is my kind of speed. So I know that 2018 is the year of good luck and the year of avoiding medicine, laundry and crying children. Oh, wait there. What's that? And it's the year of the big dog. Soz, mate, pal. It's not your year. Paid to see Les Miz, yeah, he's inside Monday Night Raw. Steady on. Now, if that person there would not mind getting in contact with me and letting me know just how he got past security without a ticket for Monday Night Raw and with a massive bleeding sign saying as much, that would be nice. And thus we arrive at a three-headed WTF moment. Now, you remember before when I was talking about John Cena booking his own matches? Well, that was proven true. See you at WrestleMania, pal. Win, lose or draw at Elimination Chamber. And then we have Bo Dallas ripping his pants. SpongeBob SquarePants. No girl ever wants to dance with a guy who went and ripped his pants. And thirdly, Kurt Angle's promo. What was he on? He comes out and claims that we're not going to start Monday Night Raw like that, and then confirms the match that John Cena just made, and thusly started Monday Night Raw just like that. Just like that. So we did start Monday Night Raw just like that, which you claim we weren't going to do, Kurt, you poor knackered old goat. Hold your bloody horses, lads. Now, while The Miz would pretend to be Baron Corbin's dad, known better to you and me as WWE legend John Tenta, that is as blatant a low blow as I have ever seen, yet the match was not called off. What's up with that? Unless, of course, The Miz is just like Action Man and doesn't have a cock, he just has a smooth curve down there, but then that poses the question as to how Maurice got pregnant. Maggle, 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 maggle. So we have Jonathan Coachman talking about getting to the main event of WrestleMania being like some sort of sporty American thing, and then Maggle Cole butts in, claiming that John Cena has been at the main event of WrestleMania for 15 straight years. That's just a lie, you numpty. First of all, Maggle, you've been doing this for over 20 years. How do you still not know what a main event is? The main event goes on last. John Cena hasn't always been in the match that goes on last. Just look at last year as an example. And second of all, you've been at ringside for every single one of John Cena's WrestleMania, so how don't you know where he's been on the card? And third of all, since 2015 at WrestleMania 31, Roman Reigns has been the main event, shunting John Cena to one side. Please play by the company's handbook, you horrible man. And then Maggle shouts STF, even though you can see right there that thing there is more of a crossface yes lock kind of ting. It would seem in this case then that STF clearly stands for shut up in your face, Maggle, you bleeding dipstick. Fat Boo Finn strikes again. Why are WWE doing this to him, the poor lad? Don't they know that being fat's horrible? Less like Finn Balor, more like Finn Ballooned, am I right?
Made a grave mistake, Corey.
Corey Graves this time playing the world's most Jimmy Neutron-like violin when he claimed that Dash Wilder was forced into a tag team match last week, which is why he lost last week. Boo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. That's even though his partner, Southern Fried Scott Dawson, came out was all like, I'm a shadow, we work better as a tandem, this took our tubes. And a tag match was made because of that. Corey Graves, I do not get the point you are trying to make. Maggle Cole calling the Raw Tag Team division competitive is just like Maggle Cole calling his own commentary compelling. Bloody hell, say that 5 times quickly. It's all a lie anyway. Yes, 2 teams are being competitive with DeBar and Rollins +1 doing the graps for what feels like as long as I've been on this planet, but the rest of the division have been like Booker T behind a commentary desk, lost. So Kurt Angle told us that Ronda Rousey is going to sign a Raw contract at Elimination Chamber. Now, I can't have been the only one sat there thinking, is that it? No build-up, no anticipation, no to and forth between the two general managers of Raw and SmackDown. I want to know why she chose Raw. Did SmackDown put up a fight? What's the crack with everything? Give us an Austin 2002, give us a Batista just before challenging for a championship at WrestleMania 21. All of this just appears to be as anticlimactic as Ronda's debut itself. Man alive, if you were in that crowd cheering at the fact that Jason Jordan will not be involved at WrestleMania because he had neck surgery last week, you need to give your head a wobble, you heartless prick. This time last week, that poor lad literally couldn't grab his hands together like this because of the bumps that he takes for your entertainment, you horrible bastards. Yet you're there, reveling in his pain, you horrible bastards. However, man, I know he's not the best, but hate WWE superstars at the right time and hate WWE superstars for the right reason. Kurt Angle's announcement of Jason Jordan not being a part of WrestleMania was neither of those. Come on now, you know that when I'm trying to be the voice of reason in any situation, we are absolutely buggered. And next up, we have Seth Rollins claiming that he knows that Jason Jordan's in a tough spot because he's been there. Had me all like, what? Oh, hell no. Hold up. Sorry, Seth, but I mustn't have been watching when an African-American WWE Hall of Famer was revealed to be your biological father after interracial relations during his wild college years, leading you to try and play a knockoff version of your African-American WWE Hall of Fame father, but you failed in doing so. Must have missed all that. But if WWE are looking to entertain this idea, I have an ideal candidate to fill the role. Damn. So minutes after the crowd was utter bell ends towards his son, Kurt Angle caves into Seth Rollins' demands to be part of that second chance fatal 4-way come fatal 5-way later in the night, because apparently the decision to make matches isn't up to him, it's up to them, being the fans who were at bell ends to his son just minutes before. Oh, please like me, fans, I've got unresolved daddy issues of my own. Bollocks, Kurt, you're the Raw GM. Those fans just whapped out their big dogs and pissed in your son's face. You make the decisions, you do right by you, and anyway, you work for WWE, a company who never have and never will listen to what the fans want when there's a big dog in the way. Kurt, now I can hear those lady bowels swinging in the wind. Do not give her an excuse to come back and chop off your medallion, because nobody wants to see that. Dun 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 dun. That's right, Kevin Dunn cut to a shot that absolutely nobody wants to see, because in the heat of the moment, my tomato sources tell me that Kevin Dunn got a bit too excited after Bayley's win, started acting like he won several logs in the national lottery, went over to hug his partner in crime, and in the process, one of these big old chompers hit the switch to change that camera angle. True facts. Nia Jax claims that there's only one woman who can break Asuka's streak at Elimination Chamber. Now I know what you're thinking. She probably means herself, right? I do not think so. The only woman who can break Asuka's streak at Elimination 2018 is Eva Marie on an episode of NXT in January 2016. Battle Royal ting. So Mandy Rose wants us to call her the total package, does she? I don't think so, pal. I'm calling gimmick infringement on your candy ass. How can you call yourself the total package when in the past the total package was a night that put Boys to Men, New Kids on the Block and Paula Abdul in the same stage on the same night? I don't care how good you are and how good you're going to be, you're never going to be as good as that. Maggle, 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 maggle. First goes Mickey. Apparently, according to Maggle Cole, somebody's been taking commentary lessons off of Stevie Wonder again, haven't they? And Mickey James, somebody's been taking bumping lessons off of Kane, or maybe even Mickey Mouse, because as you can see there, Mickey James took that bump on Datney and Disney. Jonathan Coachman back at it again when he claims that a WrestleMania match just doesn't happen every single year, even though when you are a WWE superstar on the main roster, it clearly does. When you don't have a singles match, or a match on the main card I should say, you get put in the Andre the Battle Royal like a herd of cattle. Now I know Braun Strowman is just a walking and talking meme these days, but I was hoping and praying that someone within WWE actually didn't believe the thing that he had on his knee was just a massive guitar, but then Jonathan Coachman said that's the biggest guitar I've ever seen, and I wanted to kill myself right in the face. It's a double bass, man. Tories play them. Michael Cole back at it again, proving once again that he doesn't know what the main event is, because he proved that Sheamus has main evented WrestleMania in the past. Never in my life have I seen Sheamus in the match that goes on last on a WrestleMania card. In fact, in the match where I presume Maggle was referencing, Sheamus was the curtain jerker with Daniel Bryan in 2012, the curtain jerker being the opposite to the main eventer. If Sheamus has spinal stenosis, why on earth is he doing things like that on the floor? Every time I see the man these days, he's grimacing more than JBL while JBL is perusing the internet. It needs to stop. Sheamus needs to stop doing those moves, or WWE need to stop making Sheamus do moves like that. Chyna actually appearing on WWE television in 2018, but Triple H, what about your daughters? And what about your daughters Googling her name and then seeing all of the porn? Load of bollocks that, wasn't it? Chyna seeing the Hall of Fame very soon. Maggle, 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 maggle. Here's a direct quote from Maggle Cole. Shoulder breaker to the throat. Somebody kill me, please.
Do you like sushi?
Sports entertainer acts like he hasn't just seen Jerry Halliwell eat her own head after Bray Wyatt does his silly corner thing. Well done, Matthew Hardy. But the sight of a sports entertainer not reacting like they've just seen Jerry Halliwell eat her own head needs you to grab 2 each animal head for the bastard border. The end is nigh, the end is nigh, time to run away, the end is nigh, nigh. And just as we thought we pulled clear from the first ever in history and historic repetition competitions taking place on WWE's main roster shows, WWE go and make their first ever 7-man elimination chamber. I reckon with all the buzzwords he says anyway, and with historic and first ever coming back into his buzzword vernacular, Maggle Cole will implode before Elimination Chamber takes place. Rest in peace in the future, Maggle. That's it for your WTF moments from this week's WWE Raw. Follow me on the Twitter machine at RossOnWrestling. Do not forget to pledge to our Patreon page, patreon.com/cultaholic. Anything you can give us will be greatly appreciated and then rejuvenated into many things to make more wonderful content for your viewing pleasure. But most importantly of all, do not forget to join us on every form of social media apart from MySpace.